Hey everybody, today we're taking a quick look at Golden Boy, which is a 6-episode long OVA, which is easily one of the funniest anime that I have ever seen, and my biggest complaint is that this is only 6 episodes long. This is a bit of a mature series featuring some adult content such as a bit of nudity and also a lot of fan service, a bit of harsh language and other adult situations, so keep that in mind if that's something that you're turned off to before watching this. But overall, this is a great experience for me. I really just laughed out loud the entire series. So Golden Boy follows the adventures of Kentaro Oe, a 25-year-old college dropout. He dropped out of law school after he had enough credits to graduate. He could have graduated, but he dropped out and decided to become a student of life. He takes his bike and rides around Japan doing different odd jobs and meeting different people that way, and that's basically what this series is about. But Kentaro pretends to be the biggest idiot imaginable, and also pretends to be the biggest pervert. Well, he probably is the biggest pervert you can imagine, and that's probably not an act, but it's still very funny watching him, just because some of the things that he'll do throughout the episode, he just pretends to be the biggest idiot and just destroys everything and messes up everything, makes the hugest scenes imaginable, and then near the end, the characters realize, like, wow, this character, he really knew a lot, he's really brilliant, and he's actually worth a lot more, and I wish I didn't treat him so bad, because everybody treats him really bad throughout all the episodes. Some of the things that really make this series so funny is just the desperation of Kentaro, because every single little thing will turn him on, and also the women in the series, they're no like average women here, they're all like ones with the nipples popping out through the shirt, just constantly bouncing as they're talking for no reason whatsoever, just for the sake of fan service and just for the sake of, Kentaro for teasing him. But throughout the entire series, we've got Kentaro who gets turned on by the smallest things, like whether it's a girl holding his hand, he just imagines it that it's a different part of his body, of course. So some of Kentaro's jobs include being a janitor, and he will be cleaning the toilet just thinking like, wow, my queen, she does her business here, and then he'll start like rubbing his face on the toilet seat, and then he always gets caught doing that because the woman who just used it just comes in there and she's just creeped out by him, and he's such a creepy character that he made a woman so pissed off at him, she spit at him, and he went and caught it in his mouth. He went out of his way to catch it in his mouth, and he was excited by that, and she just started stomping him into the ground, which is hilarious. One of my other favorite scenes from here is when Kentaro starts swimming. This is in episode 4, I believe, and he was like, oh, let me show you my swimming skills. He jumps into the water, and he just starts almost drowning and screaming and yelling and flailing his arms, and the pool isn't even all that deep. So there's one point when he's trying to swim, when he just is standing up, the water is probably up to his waist. He's just flailing his arms around, just screaming and coughing and everything. And then he just like manages to swim to the end barely. The whole time he's just screaming and snot coming and everything. He finally touches the end of it. Then he gets all serious. How do you like my swimming? And says something like that, and then the people are like, well, you shouldn't be an instructor here, but you can take our beginner class if you like. Then he gets all pissed off at that and says, well, you shouldn't be talking to me that way. I'm not going to sit here and take this lowly position of you just talking down to me that way. Let me talk to the boss. Let me talk to the head instructor. So you've got the head instructor of the swimming school. He challenges her to a swimming race at a later date, and she's actually some sort of Olympic athlete, and it's just really funny just watching how everything turns out. So this was made in 1995, so that means the animation, the music, and also the voice acting are limited by its date, but I really do like the way that this is animated. There are some things that are animated better than other things, like the opening scene, which has this really campy music, which you can expect from something from the mid-90s. It's beautifully animated in the opening, but everything else, some scenes are animated perfectly, then some scenes aren't really animated that great, but it still looks beautiful. The music, it's got this cheesy, campy music, and then the voice acting. The voice acting here is so bad, but that's what makes it so good, because the voice actor, in the beginning, you hear it and you think, like, what is this? I can't watch this. I'm going to watch sub or something, but keep going with it because it actually matches the character so good. Because his voice, he is just like screaming all the time and just saying the craziest things, so it actually kind of matches it, and it really is one of the redeeming qualities about this. So that's basically all I can really say about this series. It's only 6 episodes long, and I don't want to talk too much about it and give too much away and spoil the experience for everyone, because it is a really funny experience. But if I were to have one more complaint about the series, aside from it only being 6 episodes long, it's kind of the way that the main character acts at some occasions, because it's not really so much of a complaint about the series in general, but it's a complaint about how anime characters act in general, because a lot of the times you'll have these perverse characters who really enjoy watching or looking at women, and they're very perverted characters, but whenever it's their time to actually do anything, they're basically all talk, they blush, they scream, they run away all embarrassed, and I don't really think that that's necessary in this case, but the main character actually acts like that at some times. So even though this is a 6 episode long series that doesn't really take itself seriously, there is continuity in between here, because there are times when he will fix his bike and that particular event will actually carry on to later episodes. Like, he will change his brake pads and he will do something wrong, and then in a later episode his brakes don't work, and there is a lot of continuity here, especially when you watch the last episode. I'm not going to tell you why or anything. It's not even that big of a deal, but you're just going to have to see it for yourself. 6 episodes long. There's not so much that I can really say about this, because I don't want to take away from this amazing experience. So go ahead, check out Golden Boy. It's about $15, 6 episodes long. I really did enjoy it. So if you've seen Golden Boy or read the manga, then let me know your thoughts about this series in the comments section below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later.